Hey, welcome everybody. Texas Agent Strategy. This is Kevin Gillespie and I'm at Lakeway Lending, and today we have a treat for you. I've got the amazing and wonderful, beautiful, my friend Julie Raisch and her friend Ashley Sassone have joined us, and they're with EasyKnock. And what is great about their service is they're going to help you get more homes sold in 2021. Their service is for those people, they need to sell their house, but they don't want to put it up for sale until they find one. But then, of course, people putting bids in this marketplace, who wants to take on a contingency bid? Well, they're going to show you how they solve that problem for you. It solves a lot of problems for people to be able to sell their house and still live in it while they find another house. And so if that will help you sell some more homes, you're going to love the next 30 minutes. So with that, Julie, Ashley, welcome. Thanks for taking time out of your busy days. Tell us first a little bit about both of you, and then we'll get into EasyKnock.
Thank you, Kevin. My favorite MC in Texas. Ashley and I both work at EasyKnock, and we're really excited to talk to this audience today. We do a ton of business in Texas. Probably Texas is our favorite realtor agent community, and really excited to talk to you about our bridge tool today. Ashley is our business development manager. She looks at agents all over Texas. So she's really going to be a great point of contact for you guys. And then I'm our VP of business development. So I look all over the country, working with agents, lenders, lots of other partners in the real estate industry. So with that, I've prepared something. Should I launch into it, Kevin?
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen. Okay. And by the way, if you're listening to this, guys, we're going to be talking and sharing some slides. And so you'll be able to see them. Of course, you can always reach out to us to get them, and of course, reach out to Julie and Ashley, but they'll also be on YouTube. Okay.
Absolutely. And if there's any questions here, you can always hit us up at partners@easyknock.com. That's probably one of the easiest ways to find us specifically. So today we're going to be talking about EasyKnock. What we offer is a non-lending bridge tool. And one of the really cool things about what we're doing is that we've actually just introduced the option for our agent partners and their clients to have no monthly payment. So they can defer that or postpone that rent to kind of be covered in the transaction. And so you can go into this bridge transaction, not have to worry about a monthly payment while they're renting back that house and getting ready to move into their next house. It's a really great bridge tool to start some conversations with your customers, farm your sphere of influence, and then also service those customers that you already would have their listing. Okay. Got a slide here just really laying out the value here of EasyKnock. But in a hot market like what you guys are seeing across Texas, so much demand, the home can sell quickly like Kevin was touching on, but purchasing is really hard, especially with a home sale contingency. A lot of folks that come to us, they've been burned, kind of missed out on 5 dream houses in a row because they had a home sale contingency and are really looking for a solution. So what we offer with EasyKnock and through our movability program is the ability for them to sell their home. We buy it as a temporary owner, and they rent it back from us, and then we sell it on the open market and they move again. So really allows them time and flexibility in that house while they're getting ready to move into that perfect house. So I'm going to talk, like I said, about our movability program. This is a short-term bridge solution. It's going to remove that home sale contingency and provide liquidity or access to cash for that homeowner that you're trying to help out here. Your client is then able to move on their own timeline. They're going to be much stronger. This could be a great fit for someone that's on the edge of pre-approval or on the edge of approval. Maybe they need to reduce their DTI. They just need a little time to get there. This person is going to go through our transaction, get upfront liquidity, get them out from under their mortgage. They've got no mortgage lien anymore. They're renting back from us, and they're a much better borrower. So that's really how we work with both agents and lenders like Kevin alike. When that client finds their next home, they're going to list that current one on the open market. You, their agent, are going to have an exclusive listing on that home, and they're going to be able to get any upside or appreciation that took place while they're renting back that home. So 3 things to remember with movability. Number 1, access to cash. They're going to get that within 48 hours of closing. For the majority of that home value, they're getting up front. They'll get the rest when they move out. Time. That client's going to stay on as a renter. A lot of times people just need to buy time, right? Maybe they're moving into new construction. That home's not going to be delivered really for another 6 months, and they need that cash out of that first home. but a place to live in the interim. Great fit. And then flexibility, really between, you own that client relationship. The agent and the client are going to come together and decide, when do we want to list this home in the open market? This is really where you as an expert, the agent, come in, helping them to time the market. And they have the option to pay nothing out of pocket during the term of that lease, really postpone that rent towards when they move out.
Can I make an important point? I know you'll end up going through an example here in a minute, but when she says you have access to 75% of the home value, that's initially, guys. It's nobody's giving up another 25%. They'll get the whole thing. And she's going to go over an example here for you, but don't tune us out because you hear the 75%. It's not a big discount or anything to the seller.
Absolutely. That's just so they're going to get the cash in two payments. That first one is going to be the biggest payment. That's going to be the majority of that home value. It's going to get them out from under that mortgage. They'll have cash in hand to go put towards a down payment on that next home. And then the remainder comes when that home sells in the open market, including appreciation. So if we see home prices continue to rise in Texas, which, with all of these big software companies leaving Silicon Valley, moving to Texas, I have no reason to believe that's going to change anytime over the next year. Really great opportunity for these folks to get some cash out and then continue to benefit in any appreciation as the home increases in value. A little bit about us for those that are listening to this. We got a bunch of logos here. But basically, what I want you to understand, EasyKnock, we partner with realtors, agents, broker owners, industry partners, lenders, kind of all over the country. So we're really a trusted partner that you can feel confident in bringing your really trusted client relationships to us. Since 2016, we've given out over 100,000 offers, going to probably double that over the next year. So we're growing real quick. And we've got a pretty large buy box in comparison to some other providers in the market. So we're looking at a home value anywhere north of $100,000 all the way up to $2 million. What the really important distinction here, we're not a lender. So credit score and income, we can actually offer solutions to folks that maybe are experiencing temporary job loss. Been a hard year for us all. There's lots of people that have been doing, that have really built up a ton of equity in their home and need to access that in the interim. So really great solution for those folks. Credit score, somebody that's maybe not qualifying quite yet for traditional loan option. This could be a great tool for them to take a little time, take a few months, take some of that cash out, pay down any high interest debt, repair their DTI, and be in a much better position as a potential borrower. With the home and the kind of asset that we're looking at here, one thing to just be aware of is that client's got to have a significant equity built up in their home so that we've got something to cash out for them. As you're going to see as we walk through a transaction, they're going to be paying off that mortgage lien. So if they really owe a large balance in that mortgage, they're not going to be a great fit for this program. So really somebody with less than 65% LTV is a great fit for us. The cost of transaction, usually the next question that I get from an agent audience, it's going to be 2.5% of the home value. With that option to defer the rent, so they pay nothing out of pocket and defer and really postpone that for 12 months. That 2.5% fee, what we often find is that clients are really saving money by paying this. So they're not having to pay storage costs and 2 moving costs. They don't need to move into a short-term accommodation, which is usually double or triple market rent. And really that biggest thing, I've probably said home sale contingency already 10 times, but allow them to really not have to make that higher offer on the next home in order to combat that home sale contingency.
Those costs add up so quickly. That's a great point that a lot of people say, well, I don't want to pay that 2.5%. Often you're ending up spending it anyways.
Absolutely. So here I've just listed out some really key value props here. Number one, seamless bridge solution. Myself, Ashley, we got a whole army behind us. You've got a team of partners really here to make these transactions easy to do. We'll be there to help you and assist you every step of the way. Fixer-uppers also really going to be a great fit for us. So if it's either that home that your client's currently living in, they need to fix it up in order to capture that top market value, or they're looking to maybe relocate into another house that needs a little bit of capital to make it a great place to live, great fit for us. Any client that's on the edge of pre-approval, walked through that before, but somebody that really is very close to being a great fit for traditional lending, but just needs a little help to get there, great fit. And then also, as you're working with builders and contractors, anytime there's new construction and you need that capital up front, an EasyKnock transaction can really be a way to help your client and make that accessible. Okay, I've outlined here our 3 programs. Today's really focused around our movability or our non-lending bridge tool. But I wanted to just touch on this slide and just really touch on our 2 longer term products. We've got a product called Sell and Stay. If you've got a customer that wants to access that cash that's trapped up in their home and to stay on with us for starting at a 12-month lease, that would be an annual renewal. So we have folks that have stayed with us, years on end, enables them to convert that home value to cash without moving out. And then our release program, which is live in Texas, that's really somebody that's looking for the maximum cash out. It's going to be the least flexibility because they're getting almost the whole home value up front. But they're going to get a 2-year lease, and that release program is also available in Texas.
So they can go. So if they're willing to do a longer term lease with you, they can get up to 90% of it up front.
That's so release. How release would work is that they would get all the cash up front. We'd buy it outright up front, and then they would just do a 2-year lease off the back of that. With Sell and Stay, they'd have a repurchase option. And then movability, Sell and Stay, they're getting the appreciation. So release is somebody that really needs the most cash out, but is willing to sacrifice, flexibility for that option.
Okay. Now, can I ask, just if I'm on the short-term movability and I'm having a house built and the house isn't quite finished, builders are behind, they can't find trades, whatever. Is it flexible enough that we could get an extension for a couple of months if needed?
So you wouldn't even need an extension, right? So actually, to your point, if you went over 12 months, yes. Okay. We're always going to be very customer centric. We'll work with our customers. But I think in your scenario too, you're building a new house. Great. You've worked with one of the amazing 7,000 agents that you've got in your world, Kevin, and they're helping you to find that house. You guys would decide when to sell your current house. So if it sounds like from your GC or the builder that you're working with, that, it was supposed to be done October 1, looks like it's going to be done now November 15th. Stuff like this happens all the time. You're able to then decide with your agent, when are we actually going to list this house? You know that you're living in a really hot market and you don't want to be stuck out on the curb waiting for that home to be delivered. So you're able to really time the market. That's one of the flexibilities that we really bring to the table.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Of course. We've gone over use cases at this point. Home sale contingency, really, as we're dealing with agents, as you're dealing with your clients, it's a really great way to tap some new deals because as you're looking for folks that are maybe going to be empty nesters or looking to downsize in a year or two, something to that effect, we could be a really great fit for them, help you to build your pipeline and really get more listings in that way. Then also fixer-uppers on either end, whether that current home or the home they're moving into, and finally new builds and using us to fund construction.
And while she's talking about this, guys, there's a lot of people, I'm sure you're aware, that are in need of this. I've shared this information with several people who have talked to me about loans, and they love the EasyKnock options here. They really love this idea. So you need to be sharing it with people you're talking to.
So this is going to be a slide that for those of you that are listening, I'm about to walk you through a movability transaction. If you want to check it out, get some numbers, always feel free to reach out to us at partners@easyknock.com. But for this example, we're going to be looking at a home. This home is worth $300,000. How we get to this number is by doing a third-party appraisal and inspection, and then also taking the realtor's input. So we've all decided EasyKnock can buy this home for the market value for $300,000. These folks owe $100,000 on their mortgage, meaning they've got $200,000 in available home equity. We've decided that for this specific deal, in order to get them to their cash goal, they needed about $100,000 to make the next down payment on the down payment on their next home. We're going to fund that at $225,000, and their option value is going to be worth $75,000. That's residual value that's going to be building up in the home for them to appreciate and for them to access on that second sale. Cost of transaction is going to be 2.5%. That is where EasyKnock makes its money. So 2.5% processing fee. We went over that earlier. And then closing costs, which we just estimated at 1% as a pass-through. So our total transaction cost here is looking like $10,500. I'm going to also walk through how these commissions work, but something for you to know, agents are going to get their full commission in working with us, and we're going to make sure that there's an upfront instant commission of 1%, and then the remainder happens when that home sells in the open market. In the event where you are also identifying the next buyer, potential, of course, for both sides of the transaction, that would be 6% or $18,000 in this specific example. So those are all the numbers. Now I'm going to go through a bit of a timeline. So day one, EasyKnock's going to buy this home and your client's going to receive cash. That means we're going into a proper closing. EasyKnock becomes, we're clearing title. EasyKnock becomes the owner. We are their landlord and they are the tenant. Your client is going to get that 225 is that max, that funding amount that we've decided on, less their mortgage balance. So less $100,000 and less that $10,500 that was the processing fee and the closing costs. So they're walking away, or they're getting day one in their bank account, usually within 48 hours of closing. They're getting $114,500. All that's happening now is they're continuing on to rent from EasyKnock. So they're staying in that same home. Their address hasn't changed. All their mail still goes to the same place. They're just renting now. So they've got this $114,500. They're able to put that towards their new construction of the next home they're coming into. They're able to put that towards the next down payment. Maybe pay down some high interest debts, get them in a better position as they are looking to borrow in the market. All this is happening while they've just now transitioned to being a renter, paying $2,000 a month, not paying HOA, not paying property taxes, any of that. Now, if this home were to sell, let's say 12 months later, 7 months later, whatever it is, if this home were to sell at a flat $300,000, which is what EasyKnock could buy it, I had bought it at. All we're going to do is we're going to take back that 225, which was our initial funding amount, and we're going to take out the agent commission. So here we modeled that out at $18,000, and the client's going to receive $57,000 in cash. Now, the other option could be that client deferred their rent. So they decided for 1 year they were going to get their finances together. They're going to work on construction, and they wanted to just put their income maybe towards their next home, whatever it was going to be. That client is going to have their rent totally deferred. So same thing. This could, we're going to pay ourselves back that 225. There's $75,000 at play there. We're going to take out the agent commission and take out the rent. And this client is now still getting a second payout of $33,000. We've just taken that 12 months of rent out of it.
Now, sometimes because they're in the marketplace, there's always been a lot of scams that go on. Talk a little bit about the strength of your company. This is a very legitimate, well-capitalized firm, guys, that you can trust with your clients.
Absolutely. So as you can see, and I know it might be harder for those that are listening on a podcast, but they're getting the full market value of the home. All the costs that are coming out of here are just the processing fee to EasyKnock. They're going to start paying rent, and then they're paying closing costs and the agent commission. So these are all very legitimate costs, and any appreciation that happens. So as we were just saying, Texas continues to heat up as a real estate market. Any appreciation goes direct to your client. So if this home appreciates by $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, that money is going straight to their payout.
Now, that's an important point. So, you hit a couple of things. First, y'all do a regular appraisal. You're not knocking down the appraisal. You're not taking a discount. You're not trying to get into the seller's pocket anyway there. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay. And then it's just the other piece that is important, guys, is that this upside she just talked about. So you can lease the home back for a while. And we all know what the market's doing right now. If the home does appreciate and there's some extra value and you can sell it for more than what they bought it for, you get to keep that upside. That's what an incredible deal that is.
It's a really great deal. Especially in the Texas markets, right? It's a great deal for those clients that just want a little time and flexibility and want to be able to, see that appreciation themselves.
What about, now we're here in Texas and it's a hot market here, but the whole U.S., Julie, you and your company are based out of New York, right? Out of Manhattan, but you're lending all over the U.S. Is that correct? Or not lending, buying homes all over the U.S. is what I should say.
Yes. Our portfolio is all over the country. We're operational in all 50 states. Last I checked, I don't think we own a home in North Dakota at the moment, but maybe put that on the New Year's resolution, I guess. But we do a lot of business in Texas. And we've got our headquarters in New York, and then we've got our Southeast offices in Charlotte.
Okay. Terrific. Good. What else should they know?
So I wanted to just touch on our other programs, really for folks that need a kind of, just to buy time a little bit, access some of that home value that they've built up over the years. Our sell and stay program can really be a great fit for a high debt or low credit customer. They can get their finances together, get themselves into a better financial situation over the next year or two. And then you, the agent, would still secure the future purchase and listing contract. So, homeowners that maybe you wouldn't have been able to help before, great way for you to be able to help them. Also work with a ton of entrepreneurs that are looking at, maybe funding a business or dealing with non-W-2 income. We can be a great fit for that cash flow wise, and then also a solution for couples facing divorce. So get you that liquidity a little easier to divide, but again, buying someone time.
Okay, terrific.
I won't go through those transactions. They're totally available if somebody wants to reach out, partners at EasyKnock.com. And then, the other thing that I just want to touch on, we do have a partner portal. So like I was saying earlier, we're really easy to work with. That's a big part of, what our team specifically is focused on, making sure that agents love working with us. So we've got a partner portal. You go on there, you can register, a client that you want us to start talking to. You can access a ton of marketing collateral, get that all custom branded, and really continue to learn more about the product. And we're really here as a resource for anything you guys need. So really excited about kind of what the next year brings for us. I think Texas is going to continue to be a really strong market for us, and excited to do some deals with everyone on this call.
Okay, terrific. Well, and for those of you listening, I'm going to go ahead and read this off. Their phone number is 929-219-3332. 929-219-3332. And then partners@EasyKnock.com. So guys, this is a great program. Thank you so much, Julie and Ashley, for sharing this information. This is a great program that's going to give you a lift at the beginning of this year in this very tight market we have for inventory. It'll help you get more listings. It's going to help you make more sales. Do it now early in the year, right? While everybody else is waiting for the spring market, you can start making things happen right away. And so please use them, get to know them. They are awesome people. And again, I'm Kevin Gillespie here at Lakeway Lending, and we really appreciate you, the agents. Our goal in life is to help you up your game without breaking a sweat, and we want you to do better. And we go to sleep every night thinking, how can we help you do better? Because we know if we do that, we'll get our share. With that, good luck to you. Take care of your families out there. Be safe. And please feel free to reach out and call us with any of your financing needs. We'd be humbled and honored to help you. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.